Welcome to this explainer, where we're going to dive into a question that has probably crossed your mind if you've ever stared at your site's architecture. What is the actual SEO impact of linking to your homepage multiple times on a single web page? Look, if you're wondering whether pointing everything back to home base is doing more harm than good, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to break down the mechanics of how search engines actually treat your internal links and separate the facts from the fiction. Let's jump right in.
So, moving to section 1, the multiple link myth.
Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. A massive fear that plagues digital marketers is the fear of Google penalties. We really need to quickly debunk this myth that pointing back to your homepage too often is going to somehow sink your site. From a strict SEO perspective, having links further down your page that point right back to your main homepage is absolutely not fundamentally bad. You're not going to trigger some automatic penalty that wipes all your hard work off the search results.
In fact, we can all breathe a collective sigh of relief here because Google's own John Mueller explicitly weighed in on this. He stated that having multiple links to the exact same destination on one page is, quote, a very common pattern that Google handles easily. So from a penalty standpoint, you're completely safe. Search engines fully understand how modern websites are navigated.
Which brings us to section 2. The first link rule and link equity.
Now, here's the catch, and it's a big one. While overlinking doesn't actively penalize you, it gives you absolutely zero extra SEO value either, and it all comes down to what we call the first link rule. Essentially, when a single page has multiple links pointing to the exact same URL, like your homepage, Google primarily passes the ranking weight and the anchor text value from the very first link it encounters as it crawls the HTML code. And because your main header or logo link almost always appears first in that code, Google is largely just ignoring any identical links you've placed further down the page when it comes to keyword ranking authority.
Think of your page authority, your link juice, like a finite currency. Every single link on a page distributes a little portion of that page's overall authority. So if you overlink, a few things happen. First, as we just established, you get ignored keyword ranking authority. Second, you end up with wasted opportunities. Every time you spend a link on an already visible homepage, you're wasting link equity that desperately needs to go to your deeper internal pages, like your specific product, service, or category pages. Those are the pages that actually need the boost. And third, you risk diluting your overall page value.
Now, to put that into perspective, having 2 or 3 repeated links on a page is perfectly fine. It's standard practice. The dilution risk really kicks in when you start packing your content body or your sidebars with dozens of repetitive links pointing back home. Doing that severely dilutes the overall value of every single link on that page. It's like spreading butter over too much bread. You stretch your precious link equity way too thin.
So, how do we fix this? Let's talk about section 3. Best practices for placement. We need to figure out exactly where our internal links should live so we don't waste that currency. Let's break it down by location. Your header? That has a high SEO impact. It's an essential navigation and crawl path for the bots. It does the heavy lifting. But then we look at in-content and footer links, and both of those carry very low SEO impact. The footer is mostly a standard design convention, so bots basically ignore it or give it incredibly low weight. And those body links to the homepage? Again, low SEO impact. They should honestly only be used if they naturally help a human reader navigate back.
And that leads us perfectly into section 4, the golden rule.
The golden rule is all about shifting your mindsets away from bots and towards real people. The absolute wrong way to do this is spamming links just to try and feed the search engines. It just doesn't work, and thanks to the first link rule, it's a literal waste of time. The right way is using a link as a natural call to action for a human reader. You should only include a link further down the page to your homepage if it genuinely benefits the user's experience. For instance, if someone just finished a really long deep dive article, a natural call to action pointing them back home is actually helpful. But if it doesn't help the human user, ditch it. Reclaim that valuable real estate to link to a relevant subpage instead.
So as you look at your own website layout today, whether you're tweaking a blog post, a landing page, or a service page, I want to leave you with this final thought. Are you trying to build authority for your homepage or for a specific subpage? The answer to that single question should dictate every internal link you place from here on out. Stop wasting your link equity. Focus on the real user experience and funnel your authority exactly where it matters most. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I'll see you in the next one.